Mike Aliff, how many shows have you been to AIPAC conferences already?
This is my 8th year.
8th consecutive year?
No breaks.
How do you get here? First of all, where do you come from?
Right outside of Knoxville, Tennessee.
How do you get here?
Sometimes I drive, sometimes I fly. I flew this time, yeah.
Do you register to attend the convention?
They send me the invitation. I decline every year just because this is what I do. I come to support, just like the people that go inside, but I want to do it outside where all these people that are coming have to pass by and sometimes suffer through the barrages of people that want to confront them. But most of them are here just like me, same reason. They love Israel. Most of them are all Jewish. So that's it. But right now we're in a time, AIPAC, I think just recently this last few months, with what's her name, Omar has brought
Ilhan Omar?
Yeah, she's brought up the name AIPAC, and it's got a lot of people in the United States investigating exactly what AIPAC is about. So hopefully they'll dig in and they'll find the truth. But this, to me, simply is prophetic that at a time like this, the anti-Semitism that's rising up, not just in the world, but in the United States, seems to be at a boiling point. And what happens when the Jewish people come under persecution, they usually flee. Yeah. And that may be the straw that breaks the camel's back, that majority of the Jewish people will return to their homeland. So,
but isn't that what Christian Zionists seek?
Well, I'm sure that's what they would want. That's what we should all want. I long to be in Israel. If I could be in Israel today, I would. I would.
Why?
I love it. I love the land. I love the people. It's rich with tradition and history. It's where the Messiah is from, Mashiach.
Isn't that where he's going to
and that's where
come
he's
from?
Come back. And he'll rule and reign from the throne in Jerusalem. Very prophetic, very biblical, and we're in times that the writing's on the wall. So I'm just glad to be a part of it. Good to see you again, year after year. And I hope we have a great day, good turnout. I hope it's peaceful. Probably won't be, but...
In 2017, it got pretty gnarly, didn't it?
Yeah, it was probably the first time I've experienced physical violence myself.
They came very close to you. They got right in your face.
Yeah, and the year before, we did have a physical altercation. Last year, the Defense League.
Jewish Defense League?
Yeah, and there were some guys with them.
2 years ago.
Yeah, that was 2 years.
Yeah.
I've never affiliated with them. There's the first time I'd seen them. And I thought that they were a little aggressive. They went on the other side of the street amongst the protesters, and of course there was a little action, and it brought them probably more bad press than anything. So
brought the JDL a little bad press.
Yeah, just because that's what everyone saw. That was the guy beating a guy with the stick.
But last year there were no Jewish defenders outside. What did that do to the antagonists? Did that make them feel victorious in some way, you think?
Last year I thought was pretty thin and kind of lackluster in their expression. Just seemed to not have as much. Yeah. It's kind of fizzled.
Do you think that the Jewish presence was a deterrent to them the second year? I mean, the last year?
I wouldn't be able to say. You never know.
But they're back in full force this year, stronger than ever, the Islamo-Marxists.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So it's peaceful right now, but, just like the weather, hang out 30 minutes and subject to change. So.
How about the D.C. police? How well do you feel that they afford you protection from the Muslim mob who comes against your Israeli flag?
Well, every time that there's been a confrontation, they have stepped in several times to give me my right to stand here and peacefully do what I do. And
but did they stand near you to deter violence, or does it have to come to blows first?
It usually has to come to blows first. even when there is altercations, they don't arrest anybody. There's not a lot of charges filed. It's kind of like the Old West. But I'm ready, whatever. I'm just going to do my thing and see what happens. But yeah, I would say on behalf of the DC Police and the Capitol Hill Police and all of the Metro, I've never had an issue. They've always stepped in if they needed to, and other than that, they're usually kind of like a referee, and they keep it pretty peaceful. It's set up really well. The security's top notch. So
did the Arabs hit you?
Caught me under the nose with a
flagpole?
Free Palestine sign. Yeah. So
by accident?
No. He as he got a little closer and a little closer, I kept telling him to back up. He took the sign down in one of the chants, and as he came up, he caught me on the tip. So then the sign went up, but the tragedy was when the sign came back down, so did a right cross, and
yours on him.
Yeah, I hit him.
Yeah.
I knocked over about 12 of the Honda 250 police motorcycles that were along this side.
When he fell?
Yeah, and then of course they chanted for the police that were surrounding me to go ahead and arrest me for assaulting him. They neglected to see that my nose was scarred on the front, and but in part of what I do, I instantly took off the T-shirt that I had on and revealed the next T-shirt, which was an American flag with a thin blue line going through it. So when they made the chant,
as a police,
yes, to support police. So when the protesters suggested that I be arrested for assault, I just turned to them and showed them the shirt.
I know there are a number of Christians who are registered to attend the convention, but not out here. I mean, okay, there's these nuts, these crazy Christian anti-Semites, but in terms of Zionistic Christians,
hey,
who
I just want to say thank you for being here. You're awesome.
We appreciate you.
What do you know about Michael here?
He's holding an Israeli flag, and there are people
supporting the American-Israel relationship.
Yeah.
Have you seen him before?
No.
Have you seen him on video out here year after year?
Well,
No.
we were here last year, and I think that you were here, but I was not paying attention. That's nice.
Nice
Good
thought.
for you.
Well, how does it make you feel to see an Israeli flag being flown out here by Christian Zionists?
That's fine. That's great. I don't really have an opinion on that.
You think there ought to be more Jews carrying Israeli flags out here?
I think that I support freedom of speech, and people should support what they feel like they should support.
Yeah.
Are you supportive of Israel?
I am supportive of Israel.
You think that Jews have a responsibility to stand on the street against the antagonists, like the Muslim parade that's coming down here, like a locomotive in a couple of minutes?
Oh, is that coming?
Responsibility is a strong word. I say that people who feel comfortable putting themselves in a situation that might be dangerous, but they want to be on the front lines and kind of have those conversations with people, they should absolutely do so. And if they're not comfortable with that, that's not, that they're completely okay to take a step back.
So should there be some organized way for people who are comfortable being out here? Have you experienced anything like that?
An organized way for them to come and have conversations with people?
No, just to stand and to show that their love or their support for Israel?
I mean, I think they organize it themselves already, right?
I don't see any.
I
don't see a single Jew with an Israeli flag.
It's interesting. 2 years.
I see an Israeli out here, not one.
Because we're all in there.
2 years ago, I was here. This whole street was flooded with Jews, with Christians, with Muslims, and people were having conversations. Today, it's not. Unfortunately, it's being loud. It's unfortunate there's not as many people out here having conversations today, but that's just.
What good will conversations do?
I think it normalizes being able to talk to people. We don't talk to people much nowadays, and I think being able to sit down and say, no, we have these differences, let's work out how we can come to a solution. That's how the conflict will be solved, and that's how everything will be solved.
What experience do you have in doing that with an anti-Zionist that you could persuade them even an inch?
Sure. I go to some of the anti-Zionist events on my campus, and I try and engage them the most I can. They're not always receptive, but I think it's important to still go and have those conversations. And the little leeway I have had with some people who are less anti-normalization, we have good conversations and we end up being able to build relationships. The president of the anti-Israel club on our campus comes up and hugs us when she sees us.
Yeah,
so
she does. And
I think that's a
about building
relationship.
Personal connections. It's they see you as a human, as a real being with valid, not necessarily like political opinions that they see as valid, but they understand that you put thought processes behind them. You tend to get a little bit farther than them just saying, "Oh, you're just dumb. You're falling for the Zionist cult, whatever." So it's really important that we go and we do make personal connections and be nice.